What's up, guys? Nova Joe back again with some more information on Earth Defense Force 6. And this might be some information that is going to upset some. It might sound good to others. But we have got, as you can see here in this title, some information regarding the character classes. Now, I don't know if this is confirmed or just what is being suspected, but it looks like we might just have one character. And I don't know what that means exactly. If that means that no wing diver, no air raider, no fencer, does it mean that we have a ranger who's able to equip items to himself that will allow him to be an air raider, fencer, wing diver, or maybe a culmination of all three, using the weaponry from those groups, kind of like Iron Rain did? I don't know. But let's take a look at this article and see what it says. Now, first off here, it still states that it's unannounced what platforms this is going to be released on. So I can still tell you, though, from looking at the screenshots, it definitely looks like PlayStation 4 graphics. So I strongly suspect it's going to be on the PlayStation 4, but I feel certain it's going to be on the 5 as well. Don't know about Xbox, but I do strongly believe it is going to show up on the PlayStation 4. That's just my thinking on it. It's not been verified. And we're going to be talking about some new enemy types. And right here you can see, right here in this second paragraph, it says we got to look at some of the returning enemies and a new flying dragon that is sure to be a dangerous enemy. And I remember somebody left in the comments that they hope the dragons return. Well, it looks like you're going to get a dragon. Maybe you'll get dragons. And from what I've seen, though, it's not the same dragons that were from 4.1. But let's move on here. Story-wise, it says we got a few hints about its story, including the fact that the protagonist of Earth Defense Force 5 seems to have returned, this time as a one-man army survivor. This is a screenshot we've all seen before with the very somber color tone, the very somber environment of a absolutely devastated, war-torn city. So no more does it look like we're going to have the nice cities of 4.1 and 5. It looks like everywhere that we fought in 5 is making a return as decimated. It says, while the EDF were successful in defending Earth and defeating the primers in the previous war, by the very end, the group was in shambles. Many soldiers as well as the EDF commander fell in battle. The Storm Team is no more, but it seems that one soldier remains fighting against the stragglers. Could this be the hero known as Storm 1 in the past? And for those of you who don't know, Storm 1 was in the earlier EDF titles like EDF 1, EDF 2, 2017. So it's very possible this could be Storm 1. But, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, and you have to understand, I never paid a ton of attention to the story. I loved the game, but not so much the story. It didn't interest me because I didn't want to have to read all that. But Storm 1, that was from the first iteration that, from my understanding, ended with 4.1. And from my understanding, EDF 5 was the beginning of a new story. So, who knows? Who knows? It says, even in 2027, there are still signs of battles against the invading creatures and aliens, but the current state of the EDF is unknown. Nor is it known just how many human forces remain. Even the single soldier we see in the screenshots, seemingly a ranger, looks grimy and weary. There are no signs of any teammates or organization. I have a strong suspicion you are most definitely going to see pockets of resistance that are going to help you. I don't believe for one second that this is going to be a game where there are no other soldiers. I mean, if that's the case, we're remaking EDF 1 on the PlayStation, because that was the case there. You were one man going against all of them, and you didn't have any soldiers out there helping you. It was you by yourself. So I hope that's not the case with 6 here. I hope that you have pockets of resistance that will be there to help you. Obviously, as the story states, it was decimated. The leader, a storm team leader, was killed. That's really somber right there. But and obviously the troops were destroyed. And from what we're learning here, it looks like the Ranger class is all that's left. It's all the wing divers and fencers and air raiders were killed off, is what it sounds like. But anyway, looking more at these screenshots here, look at the colonists. They remain. So it looks like even though the primers pulled out and left, they left colonists behind. So there's still pockets of primer resistance as well still left on the Earth. But man, looking at these screenshots, it definitely, like I said earlier, is taking a much more somber tone and isn't really looking like it's going to have that whimsical charm to it. I could be wrong. Who knows how they'll put that in there. But this looks almost like a darker Earth Defense Force, like it's taken a much more serious, gritty, grimy tone. All right, moving on further down here, we got another screenshot of the Ranger with colonists firing off at him. Still looks to be using the same character models for the colonists. Nothing wrong with that. They were perfectly fine in 5. Okay, while the primers have left Earth, their invading forces still litter the Earth and are a significant threat to humanity. Returning enemies include the colonists, frog-like creatures capable of holding weaponry and boasting quick recovery capabilities. Regenerating limbs for those of you new to the series. If you shot their arms or legs off, they could grow them back. They didn't grow back their heads, so definitely go for a headshot. And down here we've got, which looks to be like the Wasp, the Hornets returning with kind of a hive system that is very reminiscent of the spider nests that used to be stuck to the sides of buildings and stuff in the previous titles. But now it looks like they're, instead of coming out of those little metal generators, now we've got little mini hives stuck to buildings everywhere. And we've got our spider friends. I'm not noticing any, like, granted they're not, the soldiers aren't shooting, but I'm not noticing any green or orange or purple blood stuck to stuff. But then again, this might still be very, they might not have implemented all the textures yet. That said, all is not lost. While the city shown above is scarred from war, other cities are still intact. Okay, so we've got some cities that haven't been decimated and can still be recovered from the alien forces. In its current state, however, it's nothing but a ghost town. So we're not seeing any AI civilians running around or any AI troops running around. So this might still just be something they're going to implement later. So far we've seen the same enemy types. Here we go. And the countryside seems to have been less affected by the invasion, and here we see what looks to be an on-scene town under attack by a dragon. And it looks to be a dragon model we have not seen before, so, you know, I wonder if they're going to act just like the previous dragons did. Oh wow, look at that. That looks like a Rathalos right out of Monster Hunter. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we definitely know we got a new, I'm just going to go ahead and say this is a boss type character, much in the same vein as Orgenis. So this looks really cool. Very, very nice to see a new enemy type. I hope we get some new smaller enemy types as well. Please, guys, Sandlot, please. We love the ants. We love the spiders. We love the wasps, the hornets. But we need some new creatures, please. We love the game. We're still going to buy it regardless. And the dragons are great. I know it's an older ass set that's been reskinned and brought back, it looks like. But, man, we really need some new creatures. I loved a lot of the ones that they had in Iron Rain, some of the newer ones that were in there. I loved some of the creature types that they had in Insect Armageddon. Oh, my gosh, that spider that would shoot out the little spores of baby spiders. Oh my gosh, it was so gross and creepy. I would love to see that make a comeback. Finally we see what looks to be the return of dragons after their absence in the previous game. However, the dragon shown is a New type that can fly, which has never been seen in the series before. Earth Defense Force 6 is in development and set for release in 2021. And like it says, D3 Publisher has yet to announce the platforms. So let me go up here and see. There was a section of screenshots. I believe, let's see if we can get these to open here. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can. Oop, okay, it's going to play on its own. So there we go. More of a dilapidated city. More of the silver ants. All right, spiders, more dilapidated city. Some buildings still somewhat intact. More spiders. There's one flipping over, so they're still going to react similar to the previous titles. And spiders again. I would say this might just be early build screenshots that we got here. And there's the hornets. Yeah, I mean, it definitely still seems like an earlier build. And there we go, more hornets. So, all right, there we go, guys. Close that out right there. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this update. If I come across any more, I will be certain to post it. But until then, guys, as always, take care, God bless, and keep on gaming.